Hello everyone, let me get adjusted here. I am excited. I woke up today and I don't know if you're anything like me, but I thought, okay, well, what day is it? And my daughter graciously reminded me how many more days until Christmas, and I realized it was 12/12. And this time last year, I created the 12 Days of Transformation. It was an incredible seller. I had amazing feedback from it. It dives into the top 5 archetypes of the emotionally abused and neglected. So if you're anything like me and you've been through past emotionally abusive and unavailable relationships externally because of the result of the relationship that you had with yourself internally, because of our subconscious beliefs and the stories that were present, that were there, that your unconscious mind comes into agreement with. And you might not even know it, but you see it, you feel it, you believe it, you experience it, and all of that stuff is expressed externally. And it's a result and an impact of what's happening internally, the beliefs that we have, which create the thoughts that we have. And those are, most of them, automatic and repetitive, negative from the day before. Your unconscious mind comes into agreement with they're right, and you feel it. And when you feel that they're right, you feel like you're always in a fight. You're always in a fight or flight. Those are my top two emotionally charged traumatic responses. I'd either want to run and get out of there, or I'd want to fight back. And I would fight back with my words, and I would end up saying things that I didn't really mean, things that I would regret, things that would cause more pain and more disdain in the relationship that I had with myself. Because after your mind dwells on that and you think, what is wrong with me? Why did I do that? Why did I say that thing? All I really want is, and all you really want is happiness, love, acceptance, connection. That's what we all crave. That's what we were all created for. That's what we all desire and aspire to have, to give, and to receive. And that's not available when the mind is taken up with so many other things, when it's consumed by thoughts that don't serve you, that instead hurt you. And so the 12 Days of Transformation that we launched last year was amazing. It was 12 days of transformation, powerful transformational audios that were created to go through the top 5 archetypes of the emotionally abused and neglected. So I've left a link here in the video so you can go through and you can see it, what those were. We had a powerful 5-day masterclass called Transform that went through the gaslighter mind, the F me, which is the fake me, the fraud me, the you that's afraid, the you that is scared and afraid to be the real you, to step out there as you, to be you unapologetically, to be you with authority, to be the you that you were created to be. Instead, it's the you that feels like a fraudulent, that feels fake, that feels scared, that knows that there's more to you in here, but is afraid to let it be seen, heard, and expressed out there. So that's called the F me. On the page in the link, you'll see more information about all of these things. And I cannot tell you the number of people that read it last year and went, yep, oh God, that's me. Yep, that's me too. And then there's the P me after the F me, right? It's like, F me, what is wrong with me? That's generally the narrative, the story, and the question that our mind always asks: what's wrong with me? Why can't I get past? And the way to get past is not to just get past or think you have to quote unquote get over it, but to go through it, to grow through it. And these transformational audios will guide and assist you with that, with connecting to those things that have been programmed deep within that result in this. So next is the P me. That's that two-sided coin, the perfectionist or the procrastinator. It has to be perfect or you're not going to do it. If it's not perfect, I'm not going to do it. So I'm going to continue to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it, or not do it at all. And that is one of the archetypes of the emotionally abused and neglected, because there's this perception to perfection. There's a perception that says, it's got to be perfect, because if it's not, what will they think? What will I get? What will I say? What will I feel? And you are so afraid of thinking, hearing, and saying and feeling what you're already thinking, saying, and feeling. And so there's this indication it needs to be changed. It needs to be different. And the journey onto that instead of the journey through that. The journey is you stay stuck on that. So that's the P me. And like I said, we dive into this even more. And when you can't get through that, then you find that you are the stuffer bottler. You stuff and bottle your emotions and your feelings. You generally stuff and bottle them with food. I've worked with a number of people who have, after a work together, gotten to an ideal weight because they finally feel safe, because they're not turning to food. They're not turning to alcohol. They're not turning to obsession with feeling like they can't say anything anymore and their body is screaming at them internally, say something, and there's an internal battle that says no, because if you do, then this will happen, and then you go down that black dark rabbit hole of this will happen and the what if stories that seem to plague your mind, and you don't like that. You don't like when you find that, and so you stuff and bottle your emotions and feelings with outside things like alcohol, food, substances, relationships, the relationship jumper. That used to be me as well. Instead of allowing yourself to feel, to be with, to embody, to embrace, and to experience all of the beautiful feelings and the journey that we get to go through and grow through. Instead, we go when we feel it coming up, and we push it, and we suppress it, we depress it back down, and that leads to a lot of times a physical manifestation of an ailment. So there are incredible audios in this that will help you connect to this and help begin to break you free from it, or wherever you're at, even deepen and further that. Next is the superhero me. This used to be me as well. You're gonna find that you have different roles in all of these archetypes. The superhero one is the one that is very resistant to asking for help or asking for support. They're the ones that go, no, I'm fine, I've got it. They're Mr. Independent, Miss Independent, Miss Kelly Clarkson, the ultra independent, leave me alone, I've got this. You know, if you want something done right, you got to go do it yourself, because who can you count on, who can you rely on, who can you trust? And you become self-reliant, you become self-dependent, and therefore you feel like you're not supported, like you're not you don't have people around you that you can count on, because you're always the one that you can count on. And so you step into the role of feeling completely drained, emotionally exhausted, like everything is going array and awry, and it's up to you and only you to keep it all together. And so you have this kind of I'll sleep when I'm dead mentality, and that's a hyper independence or an ultra independence, which I have other videos on, that is a very, very common trauma response. So today, we have for $112 the 12 days of transformation that will take you deeply into connecting to the innermost parts of you that display these top 5 archetypes when you've gone through things from your past that leave you feeling like you're just not that, right? You're just not all that in a bag of chips, and you are. And so these allow you to begin to increase and grow and expand your confidence. So I loved the feedback and the results that people were getting last year at this time when we did the same sale. So 12 days of transformation for $112. You're going to get 12 powerful transformational audios with the 5 archetypes that we just talked about and discussed. You'll see more on the page as well to launch you into new healings or new levels of healing, expansion, and awareness, to allow you to, wherever you're at, take your journey to healing from past emotional abuse and neglect to an even more incredible level. So I'm so excited to share this with you. I would start now if I were you. They are available even if you don't start today. But this 12 days of transformation leading into the gift that is Christmas, the gift of grace, the gift of salvation, the gift of freedom, the gift of redemption, and the story of all that, and beginning that today, especially as we lead into this time and space, this very, very, very special time that should be a time of joy, a time of celebration, and a time of reclamation. So choosing you today to say, I'm giving myself this gift for me to begin to set me free, or take my journey even deeper into freedom from all of these things. So I will leave the link in the comments in this video. I see some of you are already connecting and clicking on it, so I'm so excited for you. You guys can grab it now. It's all yours. My gift to you. I love you, and I'll see you soon.